Good afternoon from the committee room here at Lords, the home of cricket, on a gorgeous sunny day. I'm Jim Hindson from The Cricketer, and I'm joined by our editor, Hugh Turnbull.
Hello.
And we're here for the 2025 Voneus Village Cup draw. We've had a bumper entry this year, and the teams are all vying for a place at the final here at the home of cricket on the main ground at Lords. That's going to take place on Sunday, September the 21st. That is a date for the diary, if ever there was one. Remember, this is the same ground that in the summer will host the ICC World Test Championship. England men and England women will be playing against India here as well, and it's also the same ground where we hosted a pretty spectacular Voneus Village Cup final last year.
Absolutely, high scoring contest. Foxton Granter of Cambridgeshire beat Dumbleton of Gloucestershire by 7 wickets, and it was the first final to have 2 centurions in it. So Charlie Garrett made 119 for Dumbleton, and then Richard Kaufman made 110 off 84 balls to take his side to victory. So extraordinary match.
And there's also a pretty high not out.
Yes, Adam Webster made 97 not out in the winning cause as well. Unlucky to miss out on his 3 figures, but he was happy that they won, so it didn't really matter.
Well, it was a dream final and a dream batting track as well. Before we go any further, let's hear from Ashes legend, TV pundit and Voneus ambassador for 2025, Lydia Greenway. Over to you, Liz.
Hi everyone, another year, another season and another Voneus Village Cup is upon us. It's been running now for over 50 years and it is a fantastic opportunity for cricket clubs up and down the UK to enter and put themselves forward in the chance to make it through to the final, which means playing at the home of cricket, followed by a dinner at Lords in the long room, which is an unbelievable experience. But today is also the opening of the Community Legends Award. So if you want to put your cricket club forward for this award, for the work that they do on and off the pitch, then make sure you enter your team today. Now, I'm down at my local cricket club. I'm sure many of you will be familiar with this site. The square out in the middle is cordoned off at the moment. The nets aren't quite looking their best and the pavilion is closed up, but that will all change very soon. All the brilliant volunteers will spring into the action. The ground staff will get their rollers out and it will soon be looking spick and span. So make sure you nominate your club for the Community Legends Award and also enter the competition.
Thanks, Liz. So on to the draw itself. There's 32 regions across the country. We'll kick off with group number 1, which is Scotland. This group includes former champions Fruki, who famously won the final back in 1985, and Galloway, who are a new entry. We've got 6 teams in this group. 2 of the teams will get a bye to round 3. Hugh, if you want to draw the round 2 fixtures.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Megley, and they will be at home to
Number 4.
Number 4, which is Fruki.
Dave Christie, congratulations on his British Empire medal, my friend. Number 5.
Number 5 is Galloway, and they will be at home to
Number 1.
Number 1, which is Bute County. And now we are drawing out, so in round 3, the winner of the tie between Megley and Fruki will play at home against
Number 3.
Number 3, which is Falkland. And the winner of the tie between Galloway and Bute County will play at home against
Number 2.
Number 2, which is Doon. Best of luck to those sides in Group 1. And now onto the draw for Group 2, which is Northumberland, Durham and Tyne and Wear. This group includes Stocksfield, who've entered the competition for all 54 years of the tournament to date. There are 4 teams in this group. They will play off in the 3rd round. Let's draw Hugh.
Only 1 winner from Northumberland in the competition's history. Number 3.
Number 3 is Stocksfield, and they will play at home against
Number 2.
Sacriston, so Stocksfield against Sacriston.
Number 1.
Number 1, Evenwood, will be at home against
Number 4.
number 4, which is Wolverston. And that concludes the draw for Group 2. So now we move on to the North Yorkshire North group. There are 22 teams in this group, quite a bit of pedigree as well. Woodhouse Grange, who have won the final here 4 times. Sheriff Hutton Bridge have won in 2005, Forge Valley in 1986, and also Folkestone and Flixton in 2018. So we have got 22 teams. We need a preliminary round for this group, and those ties will play on the 13th of April, and the teams in the preliminary round are here.
Number 5.
Number 5, Folkestone and Flixton, and they are at home to
19.
19, which is Thornton Le Moor.
6.
6 is Forge Valley.
13.
13, Sheriff Hutton Bridge.
2.
2 is Dunnington.
Number 1. No, number 7, sorry.
Number 7, Goldsborough.
12.
Number 12, Seamer and Urton will be at home.
16.
Number 16, South Milford.
8.
Number 8, Hensall. They'll be at home too.
15.
Number 15, South Holderness.
4.
Number 4, Everston will be at home to
20.
20, which is Thornton Watlass. So that is the preliminary round. The winners of the preliminary round will get home ties in the first round proper. So the next ball you draw out, you will be the winner of Folkestone and Flixton and Thornton Le Moor. And that team is
21.
21, which is West Tanfield. And the next ball you draw out will play away to the winners of Forge Valley and Sheriff Hutton Bridge.
And it is number 9.
Number 9, Killinghall. Next ball drawn out will play away to the winners of Gunnington and Goldsborough.
And it's 14.
Number 14 is Silton. The next ball drawn out will play away to the winners of Seamer and Urton and South Milford.
And it's 11.
11, which is Rockcliffe Park. The next ball drawn out will play against the winners of Hensall and South Holderness. They'll play away against those.
10.
It's number 10, which is Morsholm. Morsholm will be away. And the next ball drawn out will play away against the winners of Everston and Thornton Watlass.
And it's number 1.
That's number 1, Aldborough St John. And to complete the first round proper, the drawing,
Number 17.
number 17 is Staithes. They will be at home to
18.
number 18, which is Sutton on Hull. And the final tie of this round will see
22.
22, Woodhouse Grange, a home tie.
And the back-to-back triumphs of 2014 and 2015. Number 3.
They're playing against number 3, which is East Halsey. 3. And that concludes the draw for North Yorkshire North. So now we move on to Group 4, which is North Yorkshire South. There are 10 teams in this group. 4 teams will be drawn out to play in the first round, and they will get home ties against the remainder of the teams to be drawn out. So Hugh, if you want to pick up.
Number 4.
So number 4 is Burton, and they will be at home in the first round to
10.
Number 10, which is Patrington.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Addingham, and they will be at home to
3.
Number 3, which is Ulm. The next ball you draw out will play away in the second round against the winners of Burton and Patrington. And that team is
5.
the 5, Broughton. The next team you draw out will play away against the winners of Addingham and Ulm.
And it is number 2, Jim.
Number 2, which is Aldborough. And then the 4 remaining teams they will play off as per normal. So the home side will be
Number 9.
number 9, which is Outcasts. They'll be at home against
Number 6.
number 6, Colton Towers.
Number 8.
Number 8, Harome, will be at home to
Number 7.
number 7, which is East Ardsley. And that concludes the draw for Group 4 North Yorkshire South. So we move on to Group 5, which is West Yorkshire, South Yorkshire and Humberside. There are 9 teams in this group. The first 2 drawn out will play in the first round to earn a home tie in the second round. So the first 2 teams drawn out will be
Number 3.
number 3, Great Preston. And they will be at home to
Number 2.
Number 2, Frickley Colliery. And the next ball drawn out will play away at the winners of Great Preston and Frickley Colliery, and they are
Number 9.
number 9, Thornton. And carry on.
Number 8. Alright. Number 8.
Number 8 is Street House, who were finalists in 2009, and they will play at home in the second round against
Number 1.
number 1, which is Ackworth.
6.
Number 6, Middleton and North Dalton. They will be at home against
4.
number 4, which is Houghton May, who won in 2006 and were finalists in 2019. And the final tie from this round,
7.
number 7, Slaithwaite. They will be at home to
5.
number 5, which is Kippax.
Peter Kippax.
And that concludes the draw for Group 5. So now we move on to Group 6, which is Cumbria and North Lancashire. There are 14 teams in this group. The first 12 teams drawn out will play in the first round. The 2 lucky teams will get a bye into the second round. Hugh, if you want to kick off the draw.
Number 9.
So number 9 is Reed. They will be at home in the first round to
Number 2.
number 2, which is Burnside.
8.
Number 8, Lindell Moor, will be at home to
1.
number 1, Bolton by Bowland.
13.
Number 13, Walton Liddale. They will be at home to
12.
number 12, which is Torresholm.
6.
Number 6, which is Grimsby. They'll be at home to
7.
Lancashire.
10.
Number 10, which is Salisbury. They'll be at home to
3.
number 3, which is Clwyd. Winners in 2013, beautiful ground.
11.
Number 11, which is Shireshead and Forton.
14.
14, which is Ray Green. Now the next team you draw out will have had a bye, and they will play away in the second round against the winners of Salisbury and Clwyd, and that team is
4.
number 4, which is Daisy Hill. And the final ball you draw out, again will have had a bye through the first round, will play away in the second round against the winners of Shireshead and Forton and Ray Green, and they are
5.
number 5, Edgeworth. And that concludes the tie for Group 6. Okay, so now we move on to Group 7, which is South Lancashire. There are 7 teams in this group, including Woodhouses, who were winners in 2011 and semi-finalists in 2024. One lucky team, will get a bye through to the third round and play away against all the fixtures from the second round. Let's commence that second round draw for you.
Number 6.
So number 6 is Sedgwick. They will be at home to
Number 5.
number 5, which is Sabden.
Number 3.
Number 3, Full Ridge, will be at home to
Number 7.
7, Woodhouses.
Michael Appleton's team. Woodhouses. Number 1.
Number 1 is Ainsdale. They will be at home to
Number 4.
number 4, which is Pendle Forest. And the final ball drawn out gets a bye from the first round, and they will play the winners of that tie between Ainsdale and Pendle Forest, and that team is
Number 2.
number 2, Osterlands. And that concludes the draw for Group 7. So now we move on to Group 8, which is Cheshire and Clwyd. We have got 15 teams in this group, which includes Coldie, who were back-to-back winners in 1996 and 1997, and Alvanley, who were finalists in 2021. One lucky team will get a bye to round 2. Let's draw the first round now, please.
Number 14.
Number 14 is Staley. They will be at home to
6.
number 6, Chumley.
11.
Number 11, Norfolk. Be at home to
13.
13, which is Pontblidden, sorry.
Number 12.
Number 12, Over Peaver.
Number 7.
Be at home to Horden Park.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Coldie.
15.
15, Tattenhall. So Tattenhall will be away in that fixture.
2.
Number 2 is Barrow. They will be at home to
3.
number 3, which is Birchvale and Thornset.
Number 9.
Number 9, Irby. Be at home to
8.
number 8, Port Green. Final tie of the first round.
Number 4.
For Broadbottom, be at home to
Number 1.
number 1, Alvanley. And the final ball left in, that team get the bye to round 2, where they will play away in that game between Broadbottom and Alvanley, and that team is
Number 10.
number 10, Motherley. And that concludes the draw for Group 8. So now we move on to Group 9, which is Derbyshire. There are 13 teams in this group, and 3 lucky teams will get byes into the second round. Let's draw the first round. Hugh?
Number 10.
Number 10 is South Wingfield. They will get a home tie against
Number 11.
number 11, Stainsby Hall.
7.
Number 7, Holmesfield, lovely ground, been there as well. Going to be at home against
Number 4.
Dyfed.
8.
Number 8, Langley Mill United, be at home to
Number 2.
number 2, which is Brailsford and Ednaston.
Number 12.
Number 12, Tintwistle.
Number 13.
Be at home to Walton-on-Trent. Final tie from the first round.
Number 6.
Number 6, Elveston.
Number 3.
Number 3, good catch, you,
Yeah.
will be at home to Dinting. So we've got 3 balls remaining there. The next ball drawn out will get a bye to the second round, where they will be away against the winner of Langley Mill United and Brailsford and Ednaston, and that team is
Number 1.
number 1, Apenol. And the next ball drawn out will play away against the winner of Tintwistle and Walton-on-Trent.
And it is number 5.
Number 5, Draycott and Hanbury. And the final ball drawn out will play away against the winners of Elveston and Dinting, and that team is
Number 9.
number 9, which is Shipley Hall. And that concludes the draw for Group 9 Derbyshire. Okay, let's move on to Group 10 then, the West Midlands. There are 7 teams in this group, which includes Milford Hall, who were winners in 2023. 1 lucky team will get a bye to the third round. Let's draw the second round now. Hugh?
Number 6.
Number 6 is Wolvie. They will play at home to
Number 5.
number 5, which is Helsall.
Number 2.
Number 2, which is Burwharton, will be at home to
Number 3.
number 3, Hodnet and Petlow. Final second round tie.
Number 7.
Number 7, Worfield, will be at home to
4.
Number 4, Milford Hall. And then final team left in the draw, if you can draw that out, they will play away in the third round against the winner of that tie there between Worfield and Milford Hall, and that team is
Number 1.
number 1, Albrighton. And that concludes the draw for West Midlands. So now we move on to Group 11, which is the East Midlands, and we have got 20 teams in this group. 3 new teams to the competition, Longwatton, Lamley Village and Barwell, so best of luck to those. The first 8 teams drawn out will play in a preliminary round, so Hugh, if you want to start drawing.
Number 10.
So number 10 is Kibworth, and they will play at home to
20.
number 20 Tutbury,
14.
number 14 Loudon,
4.
they will play at home to Calverton, that is a local derby that.
8.
Number 8 Cuckney, very good club in the north of Nottinghamshire.
3.
They will play against Bilston.
9.
Number 9 Farnsfield.
Number 2.
Play at home against Barwell. And the next team drawn out will play against the winner of Kibworth against Tutbury, and they'll be away side you're going to draw out, and that team is
5.
number 5, which is Caythorpe. The next team drawn out will play away against the winners of Loudon and Calverton, and that team is
15.
number 15, Lubbenham. The next team drawn out will play away against the winners of Cuckney and Bilston.
And it's 19.
Number 19, Thrumpton. And the next team drawn out will play away against the winners of Farnsfield and Barwell.
And it is 13.
Number 13, which is Longwatton. And then the remaining ties of the first round are
7.
number 7, Cropston. They will be at home to
18.
Thorsby Colliery.
1.
Number 1, Barkby United. They will be at home to
Number 11.
Lamley Village.
Number 16.
Number 16, Newtown Linford. They're home to
Number 17.
Revesby. And the final tie of the first round,
Is number 12.
Langtons. And they will be at home to
Number 6.
number 6, Checkley. And that concludes the draw for the East Midlands. Okay, so now we move on to Group 12, which is Warwickshire. We've got 11 teams in this group, including Longley, who entered all 54 years of the competition, and 2 new entries as well, Stockton Star and Ambleside and Higham. And the first 6 teams drawn out will play in the first round. So Hugh, you want to start drawing.
Number 10.
Number 10, Temple Grafton, will be at home in the first round to
Number 11.
number 11, Water Orton.
Number 1.
Ambleside and Higham, be at home to
Number 4.
number 4, Exhall and Wixford.
Number 7.
Is Standard, and they will be at home to
Number 5.
number 5, Philongley. And the next team drawn out will play away in the second round against the winners of Temple Grafton and Water Orton, and that team is
Number 3.
Cornwall. The next team drawn out will play away in the second round against the winners of Ambleside and Higham and Exhall and Wixford.
And it's number 8.
Number 8, Stockton Star. The next team drawn out will play away against the winners of Standard and Philongley.
And it is number 2.
Number 2, Bulkington. And the final tie of the round is
Number 9.
number 9, Tanworth and Camp Hill. And they will play at home to
Number 6.
number 6, which is Nether Whittaker. And that concludes the draw for Group 12. So now we move on to Group 13, which is Worcestershire. And this group includes a couple of former winners of this tournament. So Cookley back in 1977 and Dumbleton, who won in 2022.
And last year's beating finalists.
Last year's beating finalists as well. We've got 4 buys who 4 teams will go through to the second round. So if you can draw the first round here.
Number 11.
Number 11, Harvington, will be at home in the first round too.
Number 9.
Number 9, Feckenham.
7.
Number 7, Dumbleton, they will get home tie
3.
against Breedon.
Number 1.
Number 1, Asford Bank,
Number 2.
will play at home against Belbroughton. And final tie of the first round.
Number 10.
Number 10, Hagley.
Number 6.
And they will play at home against Cookley. And the next team you draw out will play away in the second round against the winners of Harvington and Feckenham, and that team is
Number 8.
number 8, which is Elmley Castle. The next team you draw out will play away in the second round against the winners of Dumbleton and Breedon.
Number 4.
That team is Bretforton. The next team you draw out will play against the winners of Asford Bank and Belbroughton, and they'll play away in this fixture. And that team is number 5, Cheddersley Corbett, and the remaining team will play away in the second round against the winners of Hagley and Cookley, and that team is
Number 12.
number 12, which is Quat. And that concludes the draw for Group 13. So now we move on to Group 14, which is Herefordshire and Powys, and we have got 7 teams in this group, including our COVID winners Colwall, who won out here on the main ground at Lords in 2020, the only amateur fixture I think to take place during that year. One lucky team will get a bye into the third round. Let's draw the second round here.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Aston Ingham, and they will play at home to,
Number 2.
which is Brockhampton.
Number 4.
Number 4, Colwall, they get a home tie against.
Number 3.
That's Berghill, Tillington and Weebly.
Number 6.
West Malvern,
Number 5.
play against Foundhope Strollers. And the remaining team in will play against the winners of that tie, will play away against the winners of that tie between West Malvern and Foundhope Strollers, and that team is
7.
number 7, Wormelo. And that concludes the draw for Group 14. So now we move on to Group 15, which is Northamptonshire. We've got 7 teams in this group. One lucky team will get a bye into the third round. Let's draw the second round here.
Number 1.
1, Castor and Aylesworth.
5.
5, Kimbolton.
Number 6.
Number 6, Loddington and Morsley. Will be at home against
Number 2.
Crop Ready.
3.
Number 3, Haddon. Will be at home against
Number 4.
For Horton House, and the remaining team in the draw will get a bye into the third round. They will play the winners of away of that second round tie between Haddon and Horton House, and that team is
Number 7.
Weekly and Warwickshire. Best of luck to those teams. That concludes the draw for Group 50. So now we move on to Group 16, which is Dyfed, and we've got 6 teams in this group. 2 lucky teams will get byes into the third round. Let's draw the second round, Hugh.
Number 3.
Number 3, Cressley, will be at home to
Number 1.
Number 1, Bromwith.
Number 6.
Clandysall,
Number 2.
by at home to Carew. And then the next team drawn out will play away in the third round against the winners of that first tie, which was between Cressley and Bromwith, and that team is
Number 5.
Number 5, Lawrenny. And the final team left in will play against away in the third round against the winners of Clandysall and Carew, and that team is
Number 4.
Number 4, Devon Welfare. And that concludes the draw for Group 16. So now we move on to Group 17, which is Glamorgan and Gwent, and we have got 10 teams in this group, which includes Lanfreneck, first entry to the Cup, good luck to them, Surrey Centurions, who won the final in 2004, and Innistowie, who were winners in 2001. The first 4 teams drawn out will play in the first round, Hugh, so if
You always want to get Surrey Centurions with Sully Spartans. So we'll see. Right, number 4.
Number 4 is Miskin Manor.
Number 3.
And they will play against Lanfreneck.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Baglan. They play at home to
Number 5.
5, which is Penturch. And the next team you draw out will play against the winners of that first tie of the first round, which is Miskin Manor and Clanfreneck, and that team is
Number 6.
Number 6, Pontier. The next team drawn out will play against the winners of Baglan and Penturch.
These are away matches, aren't they? Number 9.
Number 9. And that is Tondu, who will be playing away in that second round. And the final ties of the second round are
Number 2.
Number 2, Lisbane, and they'll be at home to
Number 8.
Number 8, Sully Spartans.
And number 10.
Number 10 is Innistowie, and they will be at home in the second round to
Number 7.
Number 7, Sully Centurions.
This is on, the dream's on, isn't it?
That concludes the draw for Group 17. So now we move on to Group 18, which is Gloucestershire. We have got 11 teams in this round, which includes Rockhampton, who were finalists in 2013, and Froster, who were finalists in 1993, and Porton Vale, it's their first entry to the Cup. The first 6 teams drawn out to play the first round. You?
Number 2.
Number 2, Appley, will be at home.
Number 9.
To Painswick.
Number 3.
3, Porton Vale, will be at home to
Number 11.
Winterbourne.
Number 6.
6, Froster.
Number 8.
Be at home to Marshfield. And the next team drawn out will play away in the second round against the winners of that first round tie between Appley and Paintwick, and that team is
number 4,
which is Ham. The next team drawn out will play against the winners of Bourton Vale and Winterbourne. They play away.
number 1.
That's number 1, Almondsbury. The next team drawn out will play against the winners of Froster, apologies if I mispronounced there, against Marshfield. And that team who will play away is
number 7,
Kingsholm. And the final tie of that round is
number 10.
number 10, Rockhampton will be at home to
number 5.
Brampton on 7. Best of luck to those teams. That concludes the draw for Group 18. So now we move on to Group 19, which is Oxfordshire. We have got 17 teams in this group, which includes Great and Little Chew, who were finalists in 2014, and Shipton under Wychwood, who were winners in 2002 and 2003, and finalists in 1997 and 2010. So a lot of pedigree in that club. The first 2 teams drawn out will play in the preliminary round, and those teams are
Number 12,
Oxford Downs.
number 9,
So Oxford Downs will be at home to Langford, and the next team drawn out will play in the first round proper away against the winners of that previous tie,
number 8,
and that is Kingston Bagfoot. Continue with the first round.
number 3,
Number 3, Cumnor will play at home to
number 4,
Goring-on-Thames.
number 14,
Shipton under Wychwood got a home tie
number 2,
against Challow and Childry.
number 11,
Number 11, Oxford and Bletchington Nondescripts
number 7,
be at home to Horsepath.
number 5,
Great and Little Chew be at home to
number 16,
the Bouldens.
number 10,
Number 10, Minster Lovell,
number 1,
Aston Rowant. So Minster Lovell will be at home in that time.
number 15,
Stanton Harcourt will be at home to
number 6,
Hawley. And the final tie,
number 17,
Tiddington will be at home to
number 13.
13, Sandford St Martin. And that concludes the draw for Group 19. So now we move on to Group 20, which is Dorset and Wiltshire, and this group has 12 teams, including Go Taker, who won in 1988 and 1990, and have entered every single season of the Voneus Village Cup, as have Shrewton as well. So welcome to those teams, and we have got 8 teams to be drawn out in the first round here.
Number 5,
Number 5, Charlton Down will be at home to
number 4,
Burbage and Eastern Royal.
number 6,
Number 6, Coalhill
number 11,
play at home to Winsley.
number 2,
Number 2, Beehive and Southwick will be at home to
number 7,
7, Go Taker.
number 9,
Number 9 is Pottern.
number 8,
Is Horningson. And the next ball you draw out will play in the second round. So the next team you draw out will play in the second round, and they'll play away against the winners of Beehive, Southwick and Go Taker, and that team is
12.
Witchhampton. The next team you draw out will play away in the second round against the winners of Hotton and Horningsham.
Number 1.
Number 1, Avebury, and the remaining tie of the round is
10.
10 Shrewton, and they will play at home against 3, which is Box. Best of luck to those teams. That concludes Group 20. Now we move on to Group 21, which is Buckinghamshire, and we welcome Chorleywood. It's their first entry to the Voneus Village Cup this year, so good luck to Chorleywood. The first 4 teams drawn out will play in the first round, so if we make that draw, please.
Number 2.
Number 2, Bledlow Village. They will be at home
Number 8.
against Stoke Green.
Number 1.
Number 1, Ballinger Wagoners will be at home against
Number
4, Cheersley. And the next team you draw out will play away in the second round against the winners of Bledlow Village and Stoke Green, and that team is
Number 6.
Number 6, Great Brickhill. And the next team you draw out will play away in the second round against the winners of Ballinger Wagoners and Cheersley, and that team is
Number 10.
Number 10, Whitchurch. And the remaining ties of that second round are
Number 9.
Number 9, which is Westbury,
Number 7.
will play against Hereford.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Chorleywood, first entry to the Cup, and they get a home tie against
Number 3.
Buckland and Aston. And that concludes the draw for Group 21. So now we move on to Group 22, which is Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire. We have got 11 teams in this group, and they include Langleybury, who were finalists in 1996 and have entered every single year of the Cup. Redbourne, who were finalists in the COVID year, played out here at Lords in 2020, and Reed, a club with some pedigree, winners of the Voneus Village Cup in 2012, 2017 and 2019. The first 6 teams drawn out will play in the first round, Hugh, so if you want to commence the draw.
Number 4.
Langleybury will play at home
Number 5.
against Preston.
Number 10.
St Margaret's-Bury will be at home
Number 2.
against Botany Bay.
Number 8.
Sawbridgeworth will be at home
To number 1.
to Bayford and Hertford nondescripts, and the next team drawn out will play the winners of Langleybury and Preston in the second round, and this team will play away in that tie.
And it's number 7, Jim.
Number 7 is Reed, and they've got an away tie. The next team drawn out will play away in the second round against the winners of St Margaret's-Bury and Botany Bay, and that team is
Number 11.
Wheathampstead. The next team drawn out will play away in round 2 against the winners of Sawbridgeworth and Bayford and Hertford nondescripts.
Number 6.
And that team is Redbourne. And the final tie of the round is
Number 9.
Sharnbrook and Bromham
Versus 3.
versus Datchworth. And that concludes the draw for Group 22. So So now we move on to Group 23, which is South Essex. There are 11 teams in this group, and the first 6 teams drawn out will play in the first round. Thank you. Do the honours.
Number 2.
Number 2, Belhus. Will play at home.
Number 4.
Against High Roding.
Number 9.
Number 9, Rettendon. Will play at home. Against
Number 7.
Little Barfield Village.
8.
Number 8, Matching Green.
1.
Number 1, they'll be at home against Ardley Green and Havering at Bower. And the next team that you draw out will play in the second round away against the winners of the first round tie between Belhus and High Roding, and that team is
Number 11.
Number 11, Stock. The next team drawn out will play away in the second round against the winners of Rettendon and Little Bardfield Village.
5.
And that is Horndon on the Hill. And the next team drawn out will play away in the second round against the winners of Matching Green and Ardley Green and Havering at Bower. And that team is
10.
10, South Weald. And the final tie of the round is between
Number 6.
Little Baddow, and they will play at home to
3.
Number 3, Bentley. Best of luck to the teams. That concludes the draw for Group 23. Now we move on to Group 24, which is Suffolk and North Essex. We've got 10 teams in this group. The first 4 teams drawn out will play in the first round, with the remainder in the second round. So you can next the draw.
My homeland. Number 8.
Number 8, Woodham Mortimer will be at home to
Number 5.
number 5, Lakenheath.
Number 9.
Number 9, Woolpit will be at home to
6.
number 6, Stradbroke. And the next ball you draw out will play away in the second round against the winners of that first round tie between Woodham Mortimer and Lakenheath, and that team is
Number 3.
Number 3, Great Totten. And the next ball drawn out will play in the second round away against the winners of Woolpit and Stradbroke,
Number 1.
and that is Abberton and District. And the final 2 ties of the round are
Number 4.
Great Waltham
Number 7.
against Thorpeness, so Great Waltham at home.
Number 10.
Worthington will be at home to
Number 2.
number 2, Eastern.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
And that concludes the draw for Group 24. Now we move on to Group 25, which is Surrey, and we have got 9 teams in this group, and they include Rowledge, who were losing finalists out here at Lords in 1985, and Valley End, who won the title in 2008. The first 2 teams drawn out will play in the first round, with the remainder going through to the second round, so Hugh, you do the honours.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Chobham, and they will be at home to
Number 2.
Badshot Lee. And the next ball drawn out, or the next team drawn out, will play away in the second round against the winners of that tie between Chobham and Badshot Lee, and that team is
Number 5.
5, Frensham. And the remaining ties are
Number 3.
Blackheath, be at home to
8.
number 8, Shepperton.
9.
Number 9, Valley End, will be at home to
1.
1, Addington 1743.
Number 6.
And number 6, Oakwood Hill, will be at home to
7.
number 7, Rowledge. Best of luck to those teams. That concludes the draw for Group 25. So now we move on to Group 26, which is Berkshire. We've got 11 teams in this group. Best of luck to all of the teams. 6 of the teams drawn out will play in the first round, with the remainder playing in the second round. Hugh, if you do the honours for the first round tie.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Chieveley, and they will be at home in the first round.
5.
To number 5, which is Morton.
Number 4.
Number 4, Embrook and Bearwood. Will be at home to
11.
for 11, Raisbury.
7.
Number 7, Pinkley's Green. Will be at home to number 3, Cookham Dean.
Number 3.
And the next team drawn out will play away in the second round against the winners of that first round tie between Chieveley and Morton, and they are
Number 9.
Wargrave. The next team drawn out will play away in the second round against the winners of Embrook and Bearwood and Raisbury,
Number 1.
and they are Binfield. The next team drawn out will play against the winners of Pinckney's Green and Cookham Dean,
Number 8.
and they are Sunning. And the final tie of the round is
Number 10.
number 10, White Waltham will be at home to
Number 6.
number 6, Pepford Stoke Row. And that concludes the draw for Group 26. Now we move on to Group 27, which is Hampshire, and we have got 18 teams in this group, which includes Calmore Sports, winners in 2021, finalists in 2022. We've got Easton and Marta Worthy, who have entered all 54 years of the competition. Hambledon, who were finalists in 1989, and Herts Park, who were finalists in 1984. So quite a bit of history with this group. The first 4 teams drawn out will play in the preliminary round. So let's draw those out.
Number 8.
Number 8, Herts Park will be at home
Number 4.
to Calmore Sports.
16.
Number 16, Sway.
Number 14.
And they will be at home to South Winchester. And then the next team drawn out will play in the first round proper away to that first tie between Herts Park and Calmore Sports, and that team is
It's number 10, Jim.
number 10, Odiham and Greywell. And the next team drawn out will play away in the first round against winners of Sway and South Winchester.
And it's 13.
It's number 13, Salisbury Athletic. And the remainder of the ties in the first round are
Number 9.
Oakley will be at home to
6.
Hambledon.
Regular cricket. Number 18.
18, Ventnor will be at home to
Isle of Wight. Number 1.
Amport.
3.
Cadnam will be at home to
7.
7, Hook and Newham Basics.
15.
15 is Sparsholt.
17.
They will be at home to Titchbourne Park.
2.
2, Bramshaw will be at home to
11.
number 11, Overton. And the final tie of the round,
5.
Easton and Marta Worthy. And they will be at home to
Number 12.
the 12, Paultons. And that concludes the draw for Group 27. Now we move on to Group 28, which is Somerset and Devon. We have got 9 teams in this group, which includes Timsbury, who were finalists in 2006, out here on the hallowed turf at Lords. We have got 2 teams playing in the first round, with the remainder of teams going through to the second round. So let's do that first round now.
Number 1.
Number 1, Chew Magna. And they're at home against
Number 2.
Number 2, Congressbury. And the next team you draw out will play away against the winner of that tie in the second round, and that team is
Number 3.
Number 3, Cranmore. So Cranmore away in the second round against the winners of Chew Magna and Congressbury, and the remainder of the second round ties are
Number
8, Timsbury. They're at home to
Number 7.
Stapleton.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Shetwick and Polden. And they're at home to
Number 5.
Purnell. And the final tie,
Number 9.
Number 9, Wemden. And they're at home to
Number 4.
4, North Hereford. And that concludes the draw for Group 28. Now we move on to Group 29, which is Devon and Cornwall. And we have got a couple of teams who are entering the competition for their first year, Wesley and Bridestone. And the first 8 teams drawn out will play in the first round. The remaining teams get advised to play away in the second round. So let's do that first round here.
Number 9.
Number 9, Stillians will be at home to
Number 2.
Number 2, Bridestone.
Number 3.
Number 3, Constantine. Be at home to
4.
Number 4, Gramtown Road.
Number 8.
Number 8, St Erm.
Number 1.
They'll be at home to Abbott Skirwell.
Number 12.
12, Yelverton Bohemians. They're at home to
Number 5.
Number 5, Mount Ambrose. And the next team drawn out, they got a bye to round 2. They'll play away against the winners of the first round tie between Stillians and Bridestone, and that team is
7.
7, Roche. And the next team drawn out will play away against the winners of Constantine and Grampound Road. Grampound Road, incidentally, winners of the Voneus Community Legends Award last year, worthy winners, and also they've reached 2 semi-finals, so you think they are due. We'll see how they get on.
Worthy. Number 10.
So they will play. So Tail Millers will play away against the winners of that tie between Constantine and Grampound Road. And the next team drawn out will play away against the winners of St Erm and Abbott Skerswell, and that team is
Number 6.
Number 6, Perranporth. And the final tie of the second round will see
Number 11.
Number 11, Wesley, play away against the winners of Yelverton Bohemians and Mount Ambrose in the second round. And that concludes the draw for Group 29. So now we move on to Group 30, which is Cambridgeshire and Norfolk. We've got 14 teams in this group, and that includes 2 teams entering the competition for the first time, Buckden and Burwell and Exning, thanks to you. And also the reigning champions from 2024, Foxton Granter, are in this group as well. They are ball number 7. We have got 12 teams who will be drawn out in the first round, and 2 teams will get byes through to the second round. So let's do that first round draw for you.
Number 5.
Number 5, Coton, will be at home in the first round of 2.
Number 8.
Great Melton.
Number 6.
Number 6, Eton Sogan.
Number 12.
And they will play at home to Overstrand.
Number 2.
Number 2, Barney and Fulmodston.
Number 4.
Play at home to Burwell and Etning.
Number 1.
Barnet.
Number 13.
They will play at home to Upwood.
Number 9.
Heatherset and Tas Valley.
Number 11.
They will play at home to Nassington. The final tie of the first round,
Number 3.
Buckden will be at home to
Number 7.
number 7, Foxton Granta. So the reigning champions have got an away tie against Buckden in the first round. So we've got 2 teams left in the bowl, and the first team drawn out get a bye to the second round, where they will play away against the winners of Heatherset and Tas Valley and Nassington, and that team is
Number 14.
Winterton. And the final team left in, if you draw them out, they will be playing away against the winners of Buckden and the reigning champions Foxton Granta, and that team is
10.
number 10, Histon. And that concludes the draw for Group 30. So now we move on to Group 31, which is Sussex, and we have 15 teams in this group, which includes 3 teams who have made it through to the final here at Lord's. So Findon, Liphook and Ripsley, they were finalists back in 2018, and Rottingdean. And also we do have some winners in this group, so Glyndon Beddingham won the final in 2009. The first 14 teams drawn out of this group will play in the first round, with 1 lucky team getting a bye, although they'll play away in the second round. Let's do that first round draw for you.
Number 1.
Number 1, Bolney will play at home to
Number 2.
Bosham.
Number 15.
Number 15, Waldron will play at home to
Number 10.
Iffield.
Number 14.
14, Rottingdean will be at home
To number 13.
to number 13, Outwood.
Number 9.
Number 9, Hadlow Down. They'll be at home to
Number 7.
7, Findon, champions in 2007.
Number 11.
Number 11, Liphook and Ripsley, finalists in 2018. They've got a home tie
Number 5.
against Elstead.
Number 12.
12, Mayfield, be at home to
Number 3.
Buxted Park.
Number 8.
Number 8, Glyndon Beddingham, winners in 2009. They will be at home to
Number 4.
number 4, Crowhurst Park. And the 1 team remaining who get a bye to the second round, if you draw them out, Hugh, they will play away to the winner of that last tie between Glyndon Beddingham and Crowhurst Park, and that team is
6.
number 6, Emsworth. And that concludes the draw for Group 31. And finally we come to Group 32, which is Kent, and we have got 14 teams in this group, which includes Eynsford, who were finalists in 2005, Leeds and Broomfield, who were finalists in 2023. Your good friend Martin McCabe is associated with that club.
He is.
Someplace, I think.
I never saw him on the plane coming back from Corfu.
And also Linton Park, who were winners of the tournament in 1978 and 1999 and have entered in every single year of the competition. We have got 12 teams to be drawn out in the first round. 2 lucky teams will get byes into the second round, although they will get away ties in that second round. Let's do the first round draw review.
Number 12.
So number 12 is Shoreham and Oxford, and they will play at home to
Number 13.
number 13, Sipton Park.
Number 3.
Number 3, Bidborough, will be at home to
Number 1.
Addington Village.
Number 2.
Number 2, Bearsted,
Number 10.
will be at home to Offham.
Number 6.
Number 6, Grenfell, they will be at home to
Number 14.
number 14, West Farley.
Number 11.
And number 11, Selling Cavaliers, will be at home to
Number 5.
number 5, Ainsford.
Number 7.
Number 7, High Holstow, they will be at home to
Number 8.
number 8, Leeds and Broomfield. And Leeds and Broomfield have an away tie. And then there's 2 balls remaining, or 2 teams remaining. The next team drawn out will play away in the second round against the winners of Selling Cavaliers and Eynsford, and that team is
Number 4.
for Chesterfield. And the final draw, or the final ball team to be picked out, that team will be playing away against the winners of High Holstow and Leeds and Broomfield, and that team is
Linton Park, where my friends the Camerons play. Number 9.
Linton Park, 9. And that concludes the draw for Group 32. So that's it for the Voneus Village Cup draw for 2025. Dates for your diary. So the preliminary round takes place on Sunday the 13th of April. The first round proper is Sunday the 27th of April. Quarter-finals, Sunday, July the 20th. Semi-finals, the heartbreak games, Sunday, August the 3rd, and then the final takes place Sunday, September the 21st, here at Lords. It's the 11 o'clock start. Hopefully, Hugh, the weather will be like this. We've got lovely blue skies here today, and we're set for an amazing summer of cricket.
Yeah, we've been watching Carl McDermott and his ground staff team beavering away out there, and it's tempting to think that they're already doing sort of preliminary work on the pitch that's going to be used for the September 21st final. But obviously some other wonderful games here as well. England, India, and so forth.
Yeah, should be a brilliant summer. Please do visit our website, so nationalvillagecup.com, where you can find out details of how to enter our Voneus Village Cup Community Legends competition. We want as many entries as possible, telling the stories of those heroes at your club. Please do send stories and photos through to us, and you can visit the website for full details as well of all the fixtures that you've heard today. So that's nationalvillagecup.com. You can also follow the competition in the Cricketer magazine, and that's pretty much it from us, Hugh. It's been a cracking afternoon doing the draw. 364 teams taking part in the competition this year. 2 teams will get to make it out here at Lords. We wish you all the very best of luck for the summer, and hopefully we might see 2 of you here on Sunday, September the 21st.